of RIGVED Mahayajnya, the phenomenal event to participate and to give the offerings of herbal medicines to the sacred fire. We really experience the Vedic worship and spirituality by chanting Vedic mantras and collective mega prayers. Blessed are the Yajamans for such a distinct spiritual event. The main objective of our Samaj is to do good to the world, improve physical, spiritual and social well-being of mankind. So all are treated with love and affection. And here, MC partner, Dr. Sardaji, who is the Secretary of Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple.
Namaste everyone, welcome all of you. Thank you for your esteemed presence here. Very soon we will start this function and stay put till the delicious lunch at the end. Thank you all for coming.
To start inviting the guests, I welcome the presence of Acharya Hari Prasad ji, a Vedic scholar, Vyakaranacharya and resident priest of Arya Samaj, Chicago. I welcome Acharya Hari Prasad ji. Lata ji is going to escort him to the front row. I request Mr. Hanuman Nandampati as Chief Guest and Chief Executive Officer of SVK Systems. Dr. Sheshimadan ji is going to escort them to the front row. Please welcome. Arya Samaj is not a religion, it's a society which culminates all like-minded noble people which believe in Vedic values and such as Sanatana Dharma. And now the next program is by RIGVED, the youth of our Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple, who consistently, the young boys and girls who has been cherishing the Vedic values, there are progressive noble thoughts and deeds with braveness and courage. So a group of organized entity which is doing all these things, attend the Sanskrit classes, learn the slokas, Vedic hymns, Indian culture, and they speak Hindi and participate with the missionary G in a greater good for the human society. So now the program by RIGVED. Please welcome.
पता नहीं क्या
तु यन्मित्रं भागेनैवाभिजायते तदकृत्रिमसौहार्दमापत्स्वपि न मुञ्चति।
स्वभाव से स्नेह करने वाला मित्र तो प्रारब्ध से ही मिलता है, जो कि सच्ची मित्रता को आपत्तियों में भी नहीं छोड़ता है।
A friend who loves us unconditionally can only be attained through our accumulated benevolent actions. Such a friend does not leave our side even in the most difficult times.
शोकारातिभयत्राणां प्रीतिविश्वासभाजनं केन रत्नमिदं श्रेष्ठं मित्रमित्यक्षरद्वयम्।
मित्र कौन है? मित्र वह है जो हमें शोक से हटाता है, जो हमें भय मुक्त करता है और जो हमारे प्रेम और विश्वास के योग्य है। इन रत्न जैसे मित्र को किसने बनाया? ईश्वर ने इन अद्भुत मित्रों को बनाया।
Who is a friend? One who removes sorrows from us, one who makes us fearless, one who is worthy of love, one who is worthy of trust is called a friend. Who created these jewel-like friends? God created these precious friends.
धन्यवाद।
That's the product of Vedic culture. It's awesome. We really appreciate the parents and the children who are following the Vedic values and propagating. That's really good. Give it a big round of applause.
Next, it gives me great pleasure to welcome an exceptional young man to the stage. He's taken time off from his master's studies at Harvard and has come here for our Yajna celebrations in the middle of his hectic academic schedule. I welcome Satvik Rachakula to speak about the Arya Samaj.
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste, Acharyaji. Namaste, all the respected elders. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for coming today. This has been a wonderful event, like it is every year. So today, the reason I'm here is because I want to give a brief introduction and a historical context to Arya Samaj. I want to tell a story of three people. One is a spiritual guru named Mr. Mool, a revolutionary nationalist named Mr. Shankar, and a radical social reformer named Mr. Tiwari. These three people, well, for the people who are in the know, no spoilers, there's a twist ending, but let's continue. Let's start with Mr. Mool. He was born in the state of Gujarat and grew up as a curious kid in a family of Orthodox priests. Questioning conventions is frowned upon to this day, but he questioned Orthodox conventions of priests back in 1832 when he was 8 years old. When Mool saw a rat running around the statue of Shiva during Shivratri, he asked his father, if the statue cannot defend itself from the rat, how could the statue save the world? The strain of rational thought and the loss of his family members disillusioned Mool from his life, and he took up the life of a sannyasi and began wandering the Himalayas for the next 25 years of his life. In that time, he met a guru called Guru Virjanan, and he became his disciple. He learned Sanskrit from him, and he began seeing Vedas in their purest form, because learning Sanskrit gives you the best understanding of Vedas. He became the master of Vedas after years of hard work under his guru, and then he began touring the whole country, and enlightening everyone about the Vedas, and he began debating with regular scholars and Brahmins of Hinduism, and won many of these debates while enlightening all these people. He called for all the Hindus to unify under the truth of Vedas and spend his whole life spreading this message. So his main unique selling point during his debates and during his pravachans was the fact that he was a rational thinker who rejected superstition and who reinforced the supremacy of Vedas and recognized one God above all the others. And he recognized that there's no other God but one God. So that was Mr. Mool, the spiritual guru. Now let's move on to Mr. Shankar, the revolutionary nationalist. Here's a man who called for Swaraj, or independence from the British rule, when imperial power of the British Crown was at its height in India. He gave the first call for self-rule in an effort to unite Indians into a single nation that administered itself. This was the first time the concept of Swaraj came into existence and was later adopted by Mahatma Gandhi and Tilak in their own Purna Swaraj, in their own calls for Purna Swaraj. He inculcated a core group of nationalist followers who influenced and led the Indian independence movement. Notable among them would be Shyamji Krishna Verma, who founded the India House in the UK and provided the ideological basis that inculcated many more nationalists that directly led the independence fight in India and led to the independence of the whole subcontinent. He called for Hindi to be adopted as the national language over his own mother tongue Gujarati to give a united cultural identity for civilization. His spiritual successors in this stream of thought were Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, and Ram Prasad Bisnu, who led their own revolutionary struggle against the British and gave their lives in the process. So this is the revolutionary leader, nationalist, who gave the basis for a movement for the independent movement. Now let's move on to Mr. Tiwari, the social reformer. He was a pioneer in liberal social policies during a time when women were considered as secondary citizens. He championed remarriage for young widows who were married off to much older people when they were minors. He was one of the first in the world to promote literacy among women, and he even encouraged women to start learning the scripture, which was a very strictly male discipline, dominated by the Brahmins. So he went against his own religious conventions to push women into a more liberal, inclusive world. The educational institutions founded by the organization that he started strive towards removing illiteracy and ignorance among the people and move them all towards enlightenment. So after hearing all this, I'm pretty sure most of you might have guessed the twist ending. The twist ending is that Mr. Mo and Mr. Shankar and Mr. Tiwari are all the same people. And they achieving at least one of the things achieved by one of those people would take a whole lifetime for normal human beings. But Mr. Mo Shankar Tiwari was not a normal human being. He was Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati. Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati, who lit a path of ignorance for the wounded and hurting civilization of India, he gave the ideological, moral, and spiritual leadership for the subcontinent to become what it is today. And his lasting legacy is the Arya Samaj, and the educational institution started by the Arya Samaj, the Dayananda education system. These institutions and his legacy are the reason why we are all gathered here today. And we are here to answer the Maharshi's Cheryan call for unity among humans, and in their relentless pursuit for the truth. Let's bask in the glory of his light that he lit for us, and let's lead our lives with the Vedas as our guide. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Satvik. That's a wonderful message. Now, Dr. Saritaji is going to present about the temple vision activities, which are the power of observation and temple's perception.
Thank you everyone for your patience. I'm going to give a little small presentation about what this temple actually does. And this is geared for those who are new to this temple and may not have heard about the Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple. So, the Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple is a quiet, unpretentious temple. We don't have big towers, it's just very low-key. And this temple is run with the help of a few zealous and enthusiastic volunteers from North India, who hail from North India, South India, non-Indian, all kinds of people, quietly propagating the timeless wisdom of the Vedas. And this temple is doing its part to make the world noble, which is its motto, Krimvanto Vishwamarya. So basically, what are Vedic values? In a nutshell, Vedic values means practicing righteous or dharmic living, powered by a belief in the omnipresent, omniscient, formless Ishwar, imbibing the virtues of ahimsa, which means non-violence to anything that feels pain, and practice of truth to attain emancipation. So what's the difference between the Vedic temple and other Hindu temples out there. We are also Hindus, but we go straight to the source, which is the Vedas. So it's between you and Ishwar, no intermediary, no guru. Go straight to the source. So basically, to that end, what we do here is every Sunday, there are robust Sunday services. So these are sermons that are run by our very qualified resident Acharya Vaishramiji. Can you please stand up if you're here? Namaste. And on these Sundays, it's not just Acharya Vaishrami. We have visiting scholars. They share their knowledge with us. Following this, we have a children's presentation. A presentation that is by children and by adults for children. And this is followed by a short meditation, and we end, wrap up the services, and there's prasad. So besides the Sunday services, our priest also has sermons that on other days of the week. Satyata Prakash and darshans like the Sankhya Darshan. On Saturday, he runs free yoga classes for the community, and this is true yoga, not the spectacle that it's reduced to become in the general world. So it's union of mind and body. And then on Saturday, there are also Sanskriti classes here for the kids because the focus is on our youth. Acharya also provides Ayurvedic help for people that are interested. So besides all this center functions as a community center that houses and hosts learned scholars. Can we have the slide? So basically this place has 3 rooms where visiting scholars can camp. Anyway, never mind the slides. I'm just going to go freelance here. Okay. Back up. Okay. So here's an example of the yoga that's done at the temple. So next, so you know the hallmark of a community is its culture, and to keep the culture alive, we not only need to maintain the language, which is the biggest thing, and our dressing, our traditional ways of dressing, but also our joyous festivals. So this is a portal for the community to celebrate festivals, mostly focusing on the symbolism behind these happy occasions. So next slide. Yeah, so this is our Holika Dahan, then Dashera, where the Ram is created from scratch by temple volunteers and then burned to celebrate the victory of good over evil. So next slide. We also have a summer camp for kids, not just temple kids, kids from all over the community. And the focus is for kids to have fun and learn Vedic mantras. Next slide. Yeah, so they do various things like, you know, have an experience of what it means to be in an ambulance, games, science camp, and so on. So the focus is on raising eloquent kids, and this really comes to play, is in front of you all at the elocution camp. On every Hindu New Year, we have an elocution competition where these kids are simply amazing. You just need to log on to the Great Atlanta Vedic Temple website and listen to some snippets of these kids talking. They put us adults to shame. Next slide. Okay, so besides being a community center like this, we also have participated in services like raising funds. We had recently a group of blind musicians come perform for us, and the community raised funds for them. Events like the earthquake, calamities like the earthquake in Nepal, the recent floods in Kerala, and for example, the floods that happened right here, this space hosted people that came all the way from Florida and gave them a place to stay for the night. So, moving on towards the vision of the temple. The long-term vision of this temple is really to create inroads into the community and participate in interfaith discussions and create many flag bearers, both adults and children, who can educate the mainstream about who we are, what are our values, answer the questions, build bridges, be comfortable in being American at the same time a proud Vedic Indian. So, to that effect, in the short term, there are plans to create a formal Sunday school. By August, we'll have that going. Big round of applause for our upcoming Sunday school. We also want to renovate the existing prayer hall. And there's a 5-year plan to also create a residence for the Vanaprasthis, our elders, so they can have a place to gracefully spend their time and also meet their spiritual needs. So this is in short what we do as a community. We are quiet, we don't advertise heavily, but please spread the word about us and come in large numbers to make this place a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Santaji. That's a wonderful message. And Temple Mission, we just have a good idea about what we are doing here. And now, Mr. Rameshji, the president of this Vedic Temple, is going to introduce the chief guest and the guest of honor.
Namaste everyone. I'm greatly honored to introduce Hanumanandanam Patikar because before I welcome him to the stage, I want to say a few words about him. I was asked to invite Mr. Hanumanji to the stage to address the devotees attending the Mahayajnya. And Mr. Hanumanji is from the state of Andhra Pradesh in India. His life was not all rosy. He lost his dad when he was 6 years old. His mother taught him the value of education, and he made his life goal to get a good education. He worked hard, and his hard work enabled him to secure merit scholarships to pay for his education. He was the topper in his school, high school, and college, and university. He has seen both pain and happiness in his life. He came to the USA with almost nothing in his pocket. While studying here, he helped his seniors with their lab work and studies. When his seniors wanted to pay for him for all the help he gave, he accepted nothing. He said no. And that was because he believed in Nishkam Seva, or selfless service. He believes that God would help those who help others without expecting anything in return. When he did not have money, look at how he got back bounty from his friends. When he did not have money to pay for his driving lessons, here his seniors stepped forward to pay for the lessons. And that's why Hanumanji believes in Nishkam Seva. Life was not easy as he had to pay the loans in the USA and back home. And he, apart from working, he also worked in many places at a minimum wage. And one day, he decided to take a risk and start a business. He expanded his business by diversifying. It has grown many folds into a business empire. It expanded operations in many countries, including New Zealand, Australia, India, and over here, and UAE too. Today, SVK Systems that Mr. Hanumanandanam Patiji founded has an annual revenue of more than $100 million. Hanumanji always had a heart for the poor. Hanumanji always had a heart for the poor. He constructed an eye hospital to provide services to the poor for free. He did not forget his service to the community. He also started charitable organization in India on his mom's name. When I approached Hanumanji for a donation to the temple, He just pledged $10,000 to the temple. Thank you, Hanumanji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And entire executive team, the trustees, everyone thanks Hanumanji for his generous donation to the temple.
He is going to be the voting. Please give a few words for us.
Good morning. It's almost good afternoon. Thank you. Thanks to Sagar, organizers, and Pranam to Acharyas for giving me this opportunity to attend this great event today. I'm truly blessed and honored to be here and to celebrate this great auspicious event with all of you today. I don't have any prior knowledge about Ari Samas and the Vedic temple until recently, a couple of weeks back, when I met Sagar. And he explained to me what they do, and I'm really interested, and I was very happy. I said, I will help. And I want to attend this RIGVED event, and I'm glad I'm here. I enjoyed this whole morning, and I enjoyed the bhajans with so much devotional songs by small kids. Really whole event and whole morning, it's so vibrating to me, and I'm glad that I'm here. What I understood about Ari Samaj is to create a noble society, consists of noble people who lives with Vedic dharmic life principles, with compassion, love, and kindness with all people around us. So the process of chanting God through Vedic hymns and doing bhajans with the devotional songs, prayers, and meditation is all about to communion with God, and to uplift our consciousness from bodily senses to the infinite consciousness. That is the goal of doing all these prayers. We are not humans, we are not born to the body, we are born to the soul. So these Vedic mantras are helpful to uplift from our regular consciousness. Peace and happiness are very important to everyone in this constantly changing materialistic world. So Ari Samaj is teaching a method to live, how to live day-to-day life with Vedic dharmic principles, and by doing sadhana, you will every day you will attain the happiness. Not only happiness, you acquire the peace, kindness, love with all others. That's what I understood, and I'm greatly happy, and I want to encourage this Ari Samaj going forward in the future as well. So, our Ari Samaj, and I came to know that we have a priest Acharya who is a resident, and Acharya Vishamaji, I'm glad to hear a lot. You are a great scholar. You are teaching Sanskrit to kids and conducting so many weekend and Sundays activities and youth activities and taking care of all medicines with Ayurveda and teaching them yoga and many things. It's a wonderful. I'm glad to know many more details about Ari Samaj. Our family will join in Sunday activities in the going forward, and I want to reiterate that my help, my support will be there always for all the good activities you guys are doing, and we are very impressed, honored to be here, and I want to thank all the organizers. I know how much hard it is to conduct this kind of event, and I see a lot of dedicated volunteers who are relentlessly working so hard. It was so immaculate. and guys are doing really good. I'm impressed, especially with the kids and everything. And giving all our Hindu culture to the youngsters and bringing all that culture to in America here. It's so wonderful to see. And I'm always there to support you guys, and I will be there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for gracing our function. Next, gives me pleasure to invite and introduce Mr. Sheikh Rahman. Mr. Rahman is a member of the Georgia State Senate. He represents District 5. He was elected to office on November 6, 2018. He was a 2014 Democratic candidate for District 20 of the Georgia State Senate, and also a 2012 Democratic candidate for District 150 of the Georgia House of Representatives. State Senator Sheikh Rahmanji, please come to the stage. I now request Sugandha Chavan to present a bouquet to Senator Rahman as a token of our appreciation. Thanks again for being here. And Rameshji, our president, is going. I request Rameshji to offer the dupatta to Mehta Bhai. And next, thank you for taking time to be here, Jayanti Bhai. I next request Mr. Ritesh Desai, also from Babs Temple, to come to the stage. And I request our esteemed Executive Committee member, Vishnuji, to come on stage. And honor and thank Mr. Desai. I must say I go to the wonderful Babs Temple often, and besides participating in their health camps and other activities, I want to say that the wonderful food that's going to follow today is also from you all. Thank you. And next request Senator Rahmanji to say a few words.
Thank you for Atlanta Vedic Temple to invite me for this occasion. I'm glad to be here. As you know, I'm an immigrant, I'm the first immigrant elected to the Georgia Senate, and I see a lot of you over here look like me, came from where I am, so I just want you to know, you have a voice at the Georgia Capitol. I represent all of you, doesn't matter what religion, or which part of the country, where you came from. Welcome to Gwinnett, welcome to Georgia. What you are doing for the peace, we need more of this. What's going on in the world right now, we need to all come together and work hand in hand and make this world a better place. We are in a state of Georgia, you might not realize 1 out of 10 people in the state are immigrant. You might not realize that. The district I represent in Gwinnett is third most diverse state senate district in the country. So we have a lot of folks like us. And I have people from 120 different countries living in my district in Gwinnett County. People from all over the world, people from all religions lives in here. When I took the oath in January, I invited Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jewish, everybody come together, pray for me. I reached out to them, they decided at their phone day, and they represented me well. So I just want you to know that I'm going to do my best, whatever I can, to represent you and represent the state of Georgia and bring all of us together, whatever, any way, any shape, anything that I can do. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for taking time to be here, Jayanti Bhai. I next request Mr. Ritesh Desai, also from Babs Temple, to come to the stage. And I request our esteemed Executive Committee member, Vishnu Ji, to come on stage and honor and thank Mr. Desai. I must say I go to the wonderful Babs Temple often, and besides participating in their health camps and other activities, I want to say that the wonderful food that's going to follow today is also from you all. Thank you. And next request Senator Rahmanji to say a few words.
Thank you for Atlanta Vedic Temple to invite me for this occasion. I'm glad to be here. As you know, I'm an immigrant, I'm the first immigrant elected to the Georgia Senate, and I see a lot of you over here look like me, came from where I am, so I just want you to know, you have a voice at the Georgia Capitol. I represent all of you, doesn't matter what religion, or which part of the country, where you came from. Welcome to Gwinnett, welcome to Georgia. And what you are doing for the peace, we need more of this. What's going on in the world right now, we need to all come together and work hand in hand and make this world a better place. We are in a state of Georgia, you might not realize 1 out of 10 people in the state are immigrant. You might not realize that. The district I represent in Gwinnett is third most diverse state senate district in the country. So we have a lot of folks like us. And I have people from 120 different countries living in my district in Gwinnett County. People from all over the world, people from all religions lives in here. When I took the oath in January, I invited Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jewish, everybody come together, pray for me. I reached out to them, they decided at their phone day, and they represented me well. So I just want you to know that I'm going to do my best, whatever I can, to represent you and represent the state of Georgia and bring all of us together, whatever, any way, any shape, anything that I can do. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me.
One more person, Mr. Somveer Ji. Somveer Ji, can you please come to the stage? Somirji is a yoga teacher and Indian cultural ambassador at the Consulate of India. Can Acharya Brahmadevji come on stage to honor him, please?
Thank you. So now it's time for the volunteer recognition by the RIGVED Temple. The volunteers are the persons who does something especially helping other people and willingly without being forced or paid to do it. It is just giving yourself in service for a cause to help an organization or a temple or your community or an individual. So this is time to recognize the volunteers. Mrs. Lataji is going to recognize the volunteers and do this.
Namaste everyone. Now I'm going to announce this couple. This family in its entirety is committed and dedicated to the cause of Arya Samaj at our Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple. This family is so dedicated that you see them here working on something at any time you visit this temple. That is none other than Vishnu and Swasti Arya. Our chief guest, Mr. Nandan Hanuman Ji, is going to present this plaque to Mr. Arya's family.
I'm going to just accept this and give this to you. Because after all, Vishnu is my brother, Vishnu and Virat are my brothers, so this award is for me, right?
Now I'm going to announce the Volunteer of the Year. She is very committed, good in communication, doing very good job as an MC, always comes with the innovative ideas and always thinking of temple activities. That is Ms. Hemanjali Rajapuja.
Thank you so much for the recognition. This is not what I'm expecting. I do it as a duty, like it is my responsibility. I am from a Vedic values and the culture which I was brought up. Thank you so much.
Now volunteers in kids category. These kids participate in all temple activities, always volunteers in all events. There is no activity or task at this temple that you can think of without them. Those are Shruti Vishal, our chief guest, Mr. Hanuman Nandanam Patil will award this to Shruti. Other kids are Vedash and Havishkrut Arya. Havish will come to the stage, please. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lataji, and thank you, Hanumanji. Now it is a time for devotional song, the bhajan, singing or listening devotional songs which removes all the negativity in one's own mind and relatively well versed with the prayers. And we have a renowned singer in our Vedic temple. She is Mrs. Premila Sharmaji. She is going to sing the bhajan.
Namaste to everyone. ओम नाम भज भोगो जब तक घट में प्राण तभी तुम्हें दयाल की भनक पड़ेगी हाँ तेरे मन में ओम तन में ओम रोम में ओम सुन ले ध्यान लगा ले छोड़ जगत के काम रे बोलो 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 तेरे मन में ओम तन में ओम रोम में ओम रे ओम सुन ले ध्यान लगा ले छोड़ जगत के काम रे बोलो 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 माया में तो उलझा उलझा जगत उड़ाए अब क्यों करता मन भरे जब माया हाथ जुड़ाए दिन तो बीता दौड़ धूप में ढल जाए ना शाम रे बोलो 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 तेरे मन में ओम तन में ओम रोम में ओम रे ओम सुन ले ध्यान लगा ले छोड़ जगत के काम रे बोलो 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 तन के भीतर 5 लुटेरे डाल रहे हैं घेरा। वो कौन से 5 लुटेरे हैं जिन्होंने हमारे तन और मन दोनों को घेरा हुआ है? काम, क्रोध, मोह, लोभ। तन के भीतर 5 लुटेरे डाल रहे हैं घेरा। काम, क्रोध, मद, लोभ, मोह ने तुझको कैसा घेरा। भूल गया तू ओ रतन भूला रे धोखा ज्ञान रे बोलो 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 तेरे मन में ओम तन में ओम रोम रोम में ओम रे ओम बचपन बीता खेल खेल में भरी जवानी सोया, बचपन बीता खेल खेल में भरी जवानी सोया। देख बुढ़ापा अब क्या सोचे, क्या खोया क्या पाया। देर नहीं है अब भी बंदे, देर नहीं है अब भी बंदे, ले उसका नाम दे। बोलो बोलो बोलो, तेरे मन में हो तन में हो, रोम रोम में हो मुझे, ओम से मिले ध्यान लगा ले, छोड़ जगत के सामने। बोलो 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 बोलो। थैंक यू।
Now it's time for donations and fundraising. We have international president of Arya Samaj, Mr. Vishnu here, the committed volunteer and person who gives the value to the culture. He's going to monitor the donations now. Donations are for something that's given for an organization for a good cause.
मेरे को लेके आगे तो वैसी बात नहीं okay. So, namaste everyone. First of all, we just want to give an update on the financial situation what we currently have, a couple of more things associated to the RIGVED Mahayajnya, and then we will discuss what to do well. Okay? So. Let's go to the first slide. Next one. And I know जितना मैं बोल रहा हूँ उतना समय लेट हो रहा है. Okay, let's take the next one. So that's the upcoming activity information of the national body of the Arya Samaj. We are going to have our national convention of Arya Samaj in Chicago, 25th to 28th July. Anyone and everyone is most appreciated to come, most welcome to come. We get plenty of Vedic scholars, different kinds of experiences, one-to-one interactions, and it's a great experience to be there. We'll have sessions for all the kind of people, for all the ages. So separate sessions for youth, debate sessions, discussions for elders. Everyone has different things going on for them. Many panel sessions. For registration and more information, you can go to aryasamaj.com/AMS. That's one of the biggest convention of the Arya Samaj that we hold nationally to network and to plan for the things to do for the Arya Samaj in days to come. So I encourage each and everyone, and our Acharya Hari Prasad ji, who is from Chicago, he is one of the hosts there. So we are hosting that convention, and I invite everyone to be part of that. Let's go to the next one. This one we all know, Vedic Dharma Aptitude Test. That's an endeavor to impart Vedic education to our youth as well as adults. That's an online learning exam certification project by the RIGVED Mahayajnya that can benefit each and every one. So more we encourage our kids, our family to learn and take the exam, more we can sow the seeds of strong Vedic Dharma in that family, in those kids. So please take a note of that, VDAT, and then you can look more information on aryasamaj.com/VDAT. Let's go to next. Here is the financial summary of the temple for the year 2018. First of all, before going there, I want to thank each and every one of you for your continuous support that keeps us running. Because, as everyone mentioned, Arya Samaj does not have a Murti. Murti of Arya Samaj are in the parents, are in the elders, are in the kids, are in the acharyas. Or the Ishwar of Arya Samaj, or as the one propagated by Maharishi in the Ved, is lies here. And generally we are more inclined to give the money where we see some idol, that's where inspiration, Shraddha happens. So when you guys support this temple, you just go there is just a prayer hall, but still you feel like that this torch of Arya Samaj needs to be running, going. Kudos to you, because that's how the temple has been running for last 30 years. And without taking any names, our inspiration, the people who have been supporting this temple wholeheartedly consistently for 30 years, more than that, someone with the money, someone with the effort, someone with the volunteer. You have ladies supporting the temple for last 30 years single-handedly in the kitchen. If they are in the kitchen, the food will never be short. If one of the person who is sitting in the tent outside, if he is here, we will never be short of money. If one of the person sitting here, if he is here, we never have to worry on कि बिजली खराब हुई, पंखा खराब हुआ, टॉयलेट खराब हुआ, फीसिबल बंद हुआ, everyone passed that time. He is retired and he is serving this temple wholeheartedly. One person serves whole the day to his job or her job, and then she comes in the night and cleans the rooms to have the preacher settled up. So my point is that our inspiration, our prerana are to be those people. And if anyone to be honored, these are those people who have consistently, without any expectation of return, selflessly serving the temple. Consistency plus commitment brings credibility. If we do something consistently for years and years, day or night, happy or not happy, people are here to serve this temple. Those are the people who need to be acknowledged, who are to be recognized, and even beyond that, look at Pandit Lekram. Pandit Lekram sacrificed his life to save the dharma. He was not looking for a plaque. He was not looking for a recognition. Our examples should be those people. Things like Lekram. Our examples should be people here who have consistently served the temple without any complaints, without any conditions for more than 30 years. Those are our inspirations. So if we honor them, if we support them, if we follow their guidelines, if we follow their path, that's our support to the temple. Right? If I say someone, I admire you, you do great, this and that, but then I do not follow their footsteps, what's the fun? Okay? If someone curses me and I say, okay, I'm out of the temple, I'm not coming. But then how will the temple run? So we need to learn from those people, from positives and negatives, ups and downs. Their commitment never went back. And I don't have to take the names today. People are sitting here and they know how they serve selflessly. So that's the thing, those are our inspirations. I'll give you this number, but let me tell you, there are some tall pillars, and rest all of us are some smaller pillars as well. You look at the big tent, one big pole or three big poles, then small poles surrounding that to make it big. And that's all we all do, right? So this amount of, that we raised last year was 94,000. That came from everyone's support. Give yourself a big round of applause for what you do for the temple. You sustain it. You have sustained it. We are the motivators of each other. We motivate each other to do something great. Okay? So our total revenue for the last year was 147,000 approximately. Out of that, around 94,000 was the pledge made on this day on the Mahayajnya, and we are going to do better this time. With everyone's support. We are going to do better this time with everyone's support. And we put some of the expenses, but total expense of 2018 are 104,800 whatever. So we have some money left. 33,000 is in our account. We have one more bucket. We have one more bucket that is kept for the renovation of the new building, the prayer hall. So that's a separate money. Let's go to the next one. So this is a prayer hall renovation project. 75K we already have based on the last year's pledges that we have given or any surplus that we have got. So these are some of the things that we're going to do in that prayer hall. And 75K is raised, 75K is remaining to be raised. Keep on moving. So total money that we need for this year, 122K to just run the show and then complete our projects. Let me ask you a question. If our kids, first of all, we need to, I am suggesting to everyone, think of this temple, one of your child. And Mrs. Madam से मैं कई बार बात करता रहता हूँ कि इसको अगर एक बच्चा अगर मान लेंगे, अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ मेरा एक बच्चा है और एक इसको मान लो, तो आपका अटेंशन ऑटोमेटिकली उस पर चला जाएगा। अरे बच्चा मत मानो, स्टेप चाइल्ड मान लो, स्टेप चाइल्ड भी मानोगे, still you will pay some attention to this temple, because together we got this responsibility to have this Arya Samaj running to fulfill the goals of Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. If we are the devotees of the Dayananda, if we are the devotees of the Veda, if we want to propagate the knowledge of the Vedas, who is going to do that if we do not support it? So the bottom line is the temple needs to continue running. Someone needs to take the responsibility, right? So our running costs are 70,000. Do nothing, salaries, operations, 70,000. Where does it come from? It comes from you devotees. Sometimes you give, sometimes you do next year, sometimes you do previous year, but it works out. You have been supporting, and that's what keeps on inspiring us. So 122K is the target for today. Let me give you a story. We do Havan, right? We have Samakri and we have ghee. So what we do in the beginning? A lot of time, Agni, we start the Agni, we put very little. थोड़ा घी, थोड़ा सामग्री, वो आखिर के लिए बचाते जाते हैं। थोड़ा डालो, बचा के रखा। We save for the end. पूर्णाहुति। कभी पूर्णाहुति हो गई। When the time of पूर्णाहुति, we have this figure of the सामग्री, this figure of the ghee. So what we do? Either we leave that there and get away. So whatever we get, we have to offer. That is, someone will throw it out, or may go to trash, it may be into storage, whatever. Or we put all of that together into the Havan Kund. What it will do? Lot of smoke. But which means कि हमने थोड़ा बचा के रखा आखिर के लिए, but it never helped the cause, because the purpose was to purify the environment, put something in the fire, let the people take benefit from the Agnihotra. Did we do that? Because we continued saving, आखिर में काम आ जाएगा, और बाद में डाल दिया या खराब हो गया. Same thing happens to our life. We plan for a long time. We let's save. So at the end of our life, majority of the people have more money than they need. When they leave it, after we die, can we be sure that our kids or our family will use it for the purpose we want it to use? And that's what I tell my mom all the time. कि जो आपका पैसा है उसको यूज कर लो, उसको डोनेट कर लो, उसको जो मर्जी कर लो. Because if my mother donates her money in her lifetime, the punya of that donation goes to her. And if I donate after she is gone, the punya goes to me, not to her. So if you want to earn the punya, you got to do the righteous thing in your lifetime. If you feel this is the righteous cause, as Acharya was telling, where is the voice of God? And Vedic temple talks about spreading that voice of God to the people. That's what we're talking. And then Acharya Brahmaji said, live that Vedic life. Manasyekam vachasyekam karmanyekam mahatmanam. What we are saying is, learn the Vedic values, live the Vedic values, then you are an Arya. Arya means noble. So that's what Arya Samaj is doing. We want to make everyone Arya. So my point is that ईश्वर हमारा सबसे बड़ा पिता है, परम पिता है. उसकी वाणी वेद है, उसको अगर हमने फैलाना है, उसके लिए वैदिक टेम्पल है. वैदिक टेम्पल को चलाना है तो ये टारगेट है, और टारगेट को पूरा करना है तो आप लोग हैं, राइट? I mean, ask yourself, unless the poor people will not donate, it's not going to happen. So हमें देखना है. Again, let me tell you one more thing. The way I see, if I am donating to the temple, am I doing a favor to the temple? Am I doing a favor to the temple? My good karma is the relation between me and Almighty God. It's nothing to the temple. I am willing, we willing of the credit for next 7 years, right? If we have good credit for 7 years, or we pay back our things, we build good credit, right? We plan for this life. loan मिलेगा, mortgage मिलेगा, everything will be good. Have you planned for the next life and lives to come? So unless we build good credit for the lives to come in this life, we do not know whether we get a human birth or not. Am I making sense? मेरी बात समझ में आ रही है? Are you getting my point? Show of hands. Are you getting my point? See, so we got to. It is. That's how I think. Any good deeds we do, any good thing we think we are doing, it is not for the temple. It's our duty. Temple is giving me the opportunity to make some good karma for the next life. That's how we need to think. That's when we become selfless. Even that's not selfless because we are planning for next life. But it's better than being selfish and looking for the recognition. Does it make sense to all of you? Right? So, giving the donation is relation between me and God. Cause is good because we are spreading the Vani of the God. Go to Atlanta. Look at all the temples. Find me the kids who can read the Veda Mantra live. Go around. We will have the kids who can speak memorized mantras. But kids chanting the mantras and then kids sitting on the stage with Vedic preachers on the main day, you will not find this in any of the, or very few temples. And show me the hand if you have seen such thing happening. So that's the thing that Vedic temple does to the society. It could be a small thing, but the teachers, one teacher can teach 5 kids, 5 kids can teach 25 people. That's what the Vedic temple is doing. So cause is what? What is cause? If you feed someone, that stays for 3 hours. Ajahn told me today. But if you teach someone something, if you teach someone to be a good human being, that stays for the life. You know, lot of people of us go to spiritual gurus. Sadguru ji ke paas jaate hain. Why? We have lot of money, but we go for the stress reliever or things to them because they are living those Vedic values. So that makes them bigger than us having the money. That's all I want to say. You want to support the temple? Please rise. Please rise. We have to have a target. And you know, as a volunteer, we do good. People say we support you. But support to us, if you admire what people volunteers do, we need the financial support as well. पंखे भी चलने हैं, AC भी चलना है, बिल्डिंग भी होनी है, आचार्य जी भी है, तो कहीं ना कहीं से तो आएगा ना भाई. Everybody is to do. थोड़ा कुछ करो, एक कदम तुम चलो, एक कदम हम चलें तो बात होगी. So my request to all of you is that open your hearts. It is your child. Set the right examples. It is the contract between you and Almighty God. It is not for this temple. It is your relation with that Almighty God that's saving you from the next life. That's how I see that. Let's open the PowerPoint to see what we got. There are few pledges. There are many people who have pledged without even asking. I'll write their names. But I count on you. There are 50 families sitting. 50 families. सबको भी थोड़ा करेंगे तो 122 आ जाएगा. It's going to be that easy. And I can keep on asking, but ultimately it has to come from you guys. I will do my share, my family share, but your share you have to do. So I count on you when we run this sheet. Are we ready yet? Sheet. देखो टाइम का भी आ गया मेरे पास. I need to raise this. Okay, so start with Dhirendra and Pramila Sharma ji. 5,000 without asking, they gave me the check. Round of applause for them. Dhirendra and Pramila Sharma ji. From our family, you can write 3,000. Are your family 5,000? Oh, sorry, 3,000. But I assure you that whatever I pledge, we will do more than that. That's guaranteed. Okay, then you do. Our chief guest. We might come for more help. I don't know how much we reach because I am targeting 122. So let's go to our chief guest 10,000 today. Jaldi dekho. Next is okay, Dr. Chandora. I have been pledging him a lot and he did not commit, but I am writing on his name 20,000. Give a round of applause. I do not know if it worked out or not, but it is coming up. Better 10,000, 10,000. Okay, Dr. Chandora, 20,000. Okay, anyone else? Dr. Raji? Dr. Rora, how much? 10,000, Dr. Rora. Round of applause. President जी, रमेश कोटिके जी, बुलाओ भाई, जरूर की तरफ तो भागे। 2,500 from the president, leading with the example. Okay, please help out. I don't want to call out names. Please help out. Please help out. Someone rise. Okay, 5,000, Dr. Madam and Mr. Govind Madam. 5,000. Please. Keep giving a round of applause. Okay, the Kathuria family, 5,000. Round of applause. I'm missing some number. Can help someone help remind me? अतुल जी, कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा। ठीक है। प्रेसिडेंट को तो मीट करो। 2,500 लिखो गंभीर फैमिली। गंभीर फैमिली 2,500 okay 2,000 लिखो okay need to call out the names कौन हाँ okay सुगंधा जी and सुनील जी 500 round of applause you need to see जो लोग कर रहे हैं उनको applause करना है okay पुरोहित अंकल पहले से पिछली बार तो आया ही नहीं है जल्दी 5 नहीं ऐसे नहीं चलेगा अच्छा 3 ले जाओ 3 पहले भी 3 दिया था 1-2 साल पहले 3,000 की पुरोहित फैमिली महावीर पुरोहित जी राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज ओके जी प्लीज हेल्प आउट ओके डॉक्टर मुंजाल फैमिली 3,000 राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज डॉक्टर विनी शर्मा जी कितना 1,000 राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज कितना बाजी ओ बाबा we have 50,000 less now we need more तो वो का आराधना जी का में कितना 2 1100 आराधना गुंबा जी संजीव जी राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज आपका जी 1,000 अपने पार्टी की शादी होने वाली है और हमारा जो इनका बजट ओ कली को फिक्स कर लेना आराधना गोबर जी एंड संजीव जी 1,000 1100 खाना ओके कितना ओके धीरे जी 1,000 राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज प्लीज ओके हु एल्स भाई साहब ऐसे नहीं कर 1,000 हो गया नहीं ओके नाइट फैमिली 1,000 उनका तो अभी पढ़ना होता है we need to have some temper also need to get promotion okay 1,000 night NAIK night family okay who else please I need to get out from here okay Dr. Mukta Chandora she gave 4,000 so round of applause she got it okay हाँ Mukta Chandora 1,000 टंडन जी कुछ करो भाई 4,000 okay विजय टंडन जी 500 round of applause हाँ जी anyone can write I'm done अभी तो we are far behind सुनीता जी विकास जी हाँ या अभी 3,000 है मुंगा फैमिली का I didn't get you 1,000 was someone else अखिलेश was रूपा जी कुछ तो करो भाई राकेश जी ओके राकेश लुथरा जी 1,000 रूपा लुथरा जी 1,000 बड़े दोनों का भाई ओके कुछ करो भाई how much we have look at it और सविता जी शशि जी कहाँ है सविता जी उनको बोलो, I need the okay, how much is that? 79. Okay, so we need more momentum. Some push. सुनीता जी, विकास जी, शर्मा जी, संतोष जी और सुरेश जी, जल्दी बोलो, कितना?
Jyoti says 1,000.
ज्योति 1,000, ज्योति श्रीवास्तव, शर्मा जी कितना बोलो? ज्योति श्रीवास्तव, okay, चलें. I need more help. See, we are again. We need to get those things going. If you can push little bit. Okay, 500 from Suresh Sharma ji and Santosh Sharma ji family. Round of applause for them. इनका भी नाम क्या बोलो? Okay, अभी 2000 लिखो बग्गा फैमिली का. बग्गा फैमिली 2000. Anyone else who want to help? निमिषा जी कहाँ है? निमिषा जी है नहीं?
बग्गा है, बकरा नहीं.
बग्गा बग्गा भी ये कीजिए. निमिषा जी गई क्या? निमिषा जी. Okay. Well.
Ahuja family 1,000.
Okay, great. Ahuja family 1,000. I will not push. धक्का लगा दो, पहुंच जाएंगे. 100 तक पहुंचा दो. सविता जी करते थे. Okay, sir. Okay, present have given a push, make it 3,000 to 2,500. Anyone want to revise this? Thank you. You want to revise some yours? Anyone think? Sorry?
I did 10,000.
Okay, you want to do more? Okay.
Next time.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, then I think that's all I got from you guys at this time. Again, the target is 122. We are short of that, and then we all know it. Until we meet the target, we will not be able to start any of the projects because 70,000 is our running cost. Okay? I'll come and check again after the lecture is done. But please consider this is something for the temple to be going. We may have differences. I'm not saying that everyone is fully satisfied. It's not going to happen. It's a public place. We strive for the best. Sometimes we reach there, sometimes we do not. But as I said, if it is your child, the support never vanishes. Support is to continue coming. Now, anyone else? Last call before I come back again. Anyone else? Okay. तो कितना short है बता दो सबको. 122 में से 84 आया. Around 38,000. We are short. I'm hoping, assuming Dr. Chandra will give me 20,000. I do not know. Okay. रितेश जी, अरे यार कुछ करो. रितेश अग्रवाल जी, भाभी जी का नाम भूल गया. मनीषा जी, 1,000 उनका लिखोगी. अग्रवाल फैमिली, एक पुश आ गया. थैंक यू. लता जी 500. लता जी, साईं कुमार जी, लता जी 500. थैंक यू. एनीथिंग एल्स? कोई और भाई देखो, उसी को नागेश जी कुछ हेल्प कर दो. 500 from नागेश कसम जी. थैंक यू. 1,000. हाँ जी, अरे भूल गया मैं, दिखाई कहाँ है? जगदीश एंड संतोष शैली फैमिली 1100. 1,100. 5,000 कोई नहीं है. 500 हाँ. 1100 लिखो शैली फैमिली. Okay, I think I need to leave time for Acharya as well. But as you see, that's where we are. Anyone, if you have a change of heart, that's what it takes for us to keep going. And again, this still keeps us going. Your help is precious. You know, 1,000 hands holding this temple, it's better for us than one person holding the temple. Please rethink on my appeal and my request. And I'm still hoping that before we are done from here, this 35,000 will go drastically down. I'm very sure on you guys. Okay, now I know I took a lot of time, but we have one of the best scholars, best Vedic scholars of the world sitting amongst us. One of the youngest scholars, He has been well known in Atlanta or in India for his oratory skills. Anyone who has got in touch with him once because of his oratory skills has now never turned back. He has been able to convert the thought process of the people. Even in the US, talking to Americans, Virat tells me, if Ajalji speaks to someone from amongst us, he's a Vyakarnacharya, he's a Vedacharya, and of course, deep understanding of the Vedic concepts. We are privileged, very much privileged, to have Acharya Hari Prasad Ji amongst us. And we were thinking of this opportunity for many months, but we are glad that it came out today. So I am requesting Acharya Hari Prasad Ji to come on the stage and guide us. Acharya Hari Prasad Ji, give him a round of applause. Great person amongst us.